Dairy Queen's closed in 10 minutes. All right. So, hey, welcome to Underground Sports Talk. I'm Alex.
I'm Jordan.
And we're here for one of my favorite weeks of the year. Packers Bears week. And it's in Lambeau.
Oh, love it.
Opening up, thinking about this rivalry and just how the past few games have gone.
Yeah.
And what has happened leading up until this Sunday has got me hyped. I'm excited. I am excited. This is the first time in a while we're actually excited for a Packer Bear game. And there's actual hype because it's not just Packer fans able to, talk and get excited. There's also Bears fans who are talking and getting excited. And I don't know if I'm going to get into it more later or not, but I'm going to address it right now. There are bandwagon Bear fans appearing, and it's wild. It's ex-Packer fan. It's fake Packer fans going to Bears because supposedly they were originally Bears and went to Packers, and then the Bears sucked for so long. I've seen it on the social. So really? That's weird. Right?
That's weird. I get I feel like Bears fans in general, that I kind of get it. They haven't had much to cheer for ever since last century. But a Packer fan going to Bears fan?
Yeah, there's been some exposed Packer fans. I don't know. Who knows what they were or not. They literally spell everything out. They have no shame. They literally spell everything out right there. And then I've seen another one. I don't know what he was a fan of previously. I think maybe the Broncos during his time off a time away from the Bears, I guess, for mental health reasons. I seen it on the Sports Talk page. He was telling somebody in my comments, like, hey, bro, I'm ready to come home now. Like, I think the Bears are for real. Like, bro, what? What are you talking about? You might as well just, bend over and say, hey, daddy, can I come home now? Like, that's just so – you have no shame. You just look bad. And I don't know. Salute to the Bears fans who have stayed Bears fans throughout the BS. They back up their team. Dairy Queen was open.
Dairy Queen is open.
I'm telling you, man, I was gonna put money on it that he is never gonna come back. I cannot believe that Dairy Queen is open at midnight. But you learn something new
every day.
They have cheese curds at that Dairy Queen. You get some of those. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Let's go. Representing. That's awesome. All right, cool. Thanks for making me jealous. I just got some DC and I got some whiskey too.
There you go. So
hey, where were we? Hey, I'm gonna just give a shout out before I start kind of dragging you and your team based off of facts. I do just want to tell the legit Bears fans who've been riding with them throughout all the BS, the terrible years and the letdowns, salute to you. You back up your team, you represent your team. And yeah, you may get laughed at, but you don't care because the love for your team is more than what anyone else could possibly say. So congratulations to you, Chicago Bears fans, the real ones, not the ones coming out of nowhere right now, because I know you're going to disappear after this Sunday anyway.
For sure. Kind of talking a little, getting into the actual game. I think this is, I try to put myself, and it was a weird time on the plane ride down here. I try to put myself in a Bears fan's mindset. Like, what are they thinking right now? if you're a legitimate Bears fan, you legitimately know how to watch football. Not many Bears fans do, but anyways, you are probably at the point where you're thinking, who have we beat? Where is our quality win? They had one quality win, against the Eagles. I'll give them that. That's a good win.
Is it though? I mean,
hey,
keep going.
They have a solid record. I think it's a good win. Outside the fact of where we both think the Eagles are going. But if you look at, their other wins, they beat the Steelers by 3. You got it up there. Look at that. So look at that.
They beat a Rogerless Steelers by 3. They barely beat the lowly Eagles. I'm gonna call them a lowly Eagles. They're lowly. Yeah, they're lowly Eagles. That's a tongue twister if you want. Say lowly Eagles 5 times real fast. Lowly Eagles, lowly Eagles. And then they're not lowly, but like as of right now, I don't know, man. People are throwing snowballs at Nick Sirianni's house, and they're getting booed off the fields. I don't know, man. The Eagles have just not been good. They're not like hot. They're not a team that has momentum, which like the Packers are. But going back to what you're saying, I see what you're talking about. They just got away from beating. They barely beat the Vikings,
bro. But look at all the teams that they played their backup quarterbacks. If you go to Giants, they probably played a backup quarterback there. The Ravens, the Bengals, the Commanders. I don't think Jay was Daniels in that game.
No, it was already Murray. Wait, no, this was in October 13th. I don't know. I don't remember when Jaden Daniels got injured.
Anyways, but so and then the Lions tore him up. So getting to the point, if I was a Bears fan, I'd be looking forward to this matchup because you have a chance to get a quality win in Lambeau.
Yeah, that would be huge.
And I think if they got the win, the national media might take them more seriously too, because I don't even think the national media is taking the Bears. Everybody's still just like, wait, they're at the top of the NFC? What's going on here?
Yeah, we're favored to win by 6. That's what we are. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So
that's pretty crazy.
For us, I feel like we're not the type of team to get caught off guard right now. I feel like we catch ourselves off guards. I don't know, for a lack of better vocabulary and wording, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
When we're hot and we're rolling and everybody's getting it, we're clicking. We are. I know we got a talented roster. Our coach, I have full faith in him and a Matt LaFleur when he's rolling, especially later in the season, because everybody knows he holds back at the beginning of the season. So, I'm feeling good about the odds. But yeah, right now we are 6-point favorites.
That's shocking. When has it been that the team that was at this point in the year ranked as the number 1 seed going into the number, I think we're 5 seeds house, but still being 6 points? That's a lot. That's a pretty good spread.
Yeah. That's the spread, if I tell you very much. There, buddy.
But go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say,
I was just talking to filling the void with you stuffing your face with cheese curds. But if you got more to say and you don't mind, talking with cheese curds in your mouth, then you can go ahead.
Hey, I'm a cheesehead.
Yeah, I know, that's good. So you can do it. You can do it. I have faith in you.
I guess that was my perspective as a Bears fan. As a Packers fan,
Oh, wait, as a Bears fan,
Yeah,
are you
remember I
one
said
of
I
those?
would put myself into a Bears fans mentality, and this is what they're thinking, that they can get a quality win. They have a chance to get a quality win against a great opponent. But now, as the Packer fan I am, and thinking about our little brothers, the Bears.
That's the Vikings. The Bears are just the well, they're the scum of the earth. How about that? I'm just gonna,
the scum of there.
all right. No,
Yeah, but
they're our children.
I wanna shut them up. You know, I know both of us don't believe in what we've seen out of the Bears this year. I think it's a good story. Um, I think their record is where it should be. I just don't think they've had any tough games really out there outside of the I would say the Eagles and Lions. Those are probably the two best teams that they face so far. And now they got to play the Packers twice in 3 weeks. That's a perfect chance for us to take a hold of that number one seed there. So
How many times did they play the Lions? Once.
so they still got the Lions.
To the Lions, 52-21.
Mm-hmm.
So they lost to the Vikings early on in the season.
Yeah.
We swept the Lions. We beat the Vikings. Yeah. So I mean, truth and facts support your statement there.
Yeah. Well, and if you dig into the numbers on the Bears game, when I was sitting at the airport, I was looking at it.
I get it, bro. You're on vacation. You said you're at the airport 3 times. Yeah.
But no, yeah, they outside last week they did. I thought it was pretty impressive. They had 2 rushers. I think both had over 130 yards rushing. That was good. But then you look back at their other games, and I'm looking at they don't have a great defense, right? When you think of Bears, good Bears team is a great defense. They don't have a great defense. Their defense is great. But their offense isn't. I'm not seeing Caleb Williams not putting up crazy numbers. The run game has been decent, but that was just last week. They haven't had too many 100-yard rushing games out of those 2 running backs that they have over there. DeAndre Swift, he's pretty good, but I don't know. I nothing jumps off the page to me with the Bears. I guess that's where I'm at.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that jumps off the page for me for the Bears is their fans with all their unrealistic confidence that they have going around here. I get it. I get it. Like we talked about earlier, it's it's exciting when your team sucks for so many years, losing records. They locked in a winning record already. They are the number 1 seed in the NFC right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they, have been in control of the North for a couple weeks. But
yeah, 3 weeks, I think it's been
3 weeks. So I get why you're excited, and it's just I got to hold myself back because I'm you guys know your schedule coming up, your remaining schedule is facing us twice. I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but we're only a half game behind you, and we beat way more quality teams. We didn't get run over by the Lions. We beat them at home on Thanksgiving. All right. We beat an Aaron Rodgers led Steelers, not a Mason Rudolph Steelers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
we swept the Lions, actually. We didn't just beat them on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And Jordan Love, he just tied his record for touchdown passes. When someone's doing that, I don't think they're in a down season at all. And people seem to forget. They always say that he has, a problem with turnovers and all this crap.
Yeah.
He's only thrown 3 interceptions this season. So
19-3.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So as a Packer fan, if you ask me, how do I feel as a Packer fan about this game coming up?
Yeah.
I feel pretty good. I feel like what the entire country feels like. I feel like we're going to win by 6 at least. So, I mean, our team has been doing pretty well. I mean, they do got the good running backs, like you mentioned, and you know they got a lot of yards last game, but we've been stopping running backs. You know, who just had a great game before playing us? Jahmyr Gibbs. You know, who did we hold on to like 60-something yards? Who? How much did we hold Saquon to?
I think it's
It was
right around there, yeah.
like 60-something yards. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we just because we have a great pass rush does not mean we cannot stop the run. I was very excited watching the Packers Lions game, you know, the TFLs, you know, along with the sacks. TFLs are just as good as sacks to me. I mean, that stuff's exciting when you get to get the yards negative for them, you know, back them up, you know, put them in, you know, take a touchdown out of the equation, put them, you know, making them have to kick a field goal, maybe even taking them out of field goal range. That's a lot, you know. And again, not to mention how Micah Parsons is playing. He's starting to get hot right now at the right time. I think from what I've seen watching the Packers all these years, if we get hot at the right time, we're going to be just fine. You know, you've seen it multiple times in the playoffs. We could have went all the way. It was just, you know, little crazy kind of bizarre things here and there that would happen. You know, a lot of it Packers' fault, you know, one simple mistake. But we were right there in it every time. And if you look back at it, every year we got hot at the right time. So I don't think just because of, yeah, we did lose to the Panthers. Yeah, we lost to the Browns. Tied with the Cowboys, who now everybody's all hyped about the Cowboys now too. And you know, yeah, that did happen. But that's a team that's in the middle of juggling injuries and trying to figure themselves out right now, having some new pieces on both sides. Now you're seeing a team who understands who they are. They're getting a bunch of players back who was injured, and these are experienced guys too. So they're going to come in already having a plan for them, knowing what they got to do. You know, you got Jaden Reed coming back. It looks like they just took Marshawn Lloyd off of injured reserve, so that's huge news in itself. Marshawn
career.
Yeah, and he's not going to be back for the Bears game. But let's talk about people who will be back for the Bears game. Jaden Reed, Quay Walker will be back. I know he's missed a couple. I hope McDuffie gets a good amount of playing time still too, though, because he's been pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, who do we have? Jaden Reed, Quay Walker coming back.
Matthew Golden.
Matthew Golden.
Lucas Van Ness.
Yeah.
You know, we were just talking about Gary's. No, I wasn't talking. I was talking about that about Gary stepping up, and having Lucas Van Ness out there is going to help him because he's going to be able to be fresh. You know, they rotate those guys when Lucas Van Ness is healthy. They rotate those guys in, and I think it's impacted Gary. It's just not, you know, because Gary's out there all the time. Uh-oh. It's alive.
My power's out. I gotta go to sleep.
I gotta go to sleep. But yeah, I think we can get in. Unless you had something else on that, I'd like to talk about the
I guess
key.
just to close up, I think I'd like to do a recap on kind of my overall feelings. Like I said, we're getting hot at the right time. We got key players coming back, experienced players. Golden coming back. He's just a great addition. The Chicago Bears, they've won some. I just think they're overrated. It's not just because of the Packers-Bears rivalry. You can just kind of look at their schedule and how they played. I think they're a little overrated right now, and they're a team that we could definitely beat.
Yeah.
So I don't see. I'll say that.
save that for the
Yeah.
score talk. Yeah. So I want to add a little bit to this too. So we're both pick two players that are gonna be key contributors to the win that we know we're gonna get. But I also want us both to pick a player on the opposing team that either the Packers have to stop, if it's an offensive player or a defensive player that we need to scheme around or something like that. So but let's start with the winning team. We'll talk about the losers after that. So I guess I'll go first. And my top, the guy that I think is going to have a huge game. Huge. One of the biggest games.
It's going to be the biggest game ever for this guy. We don't know who he is, and it's about to come out, and Jones going to tell us right now. I know because nobody else knows, but I do.
Everybody else on the defensive line outside of Micah Parsons. I want to see the rest of the defensive line get to the quarterback, get some stops. The only other person that's really been disruptive recently has been Wyatt, but everybody else. Is he out?
I'm pretty sure Wyatt's going to be out. Bro, wasn't he the one?
Oh, yeah. He was the one in the air catch. Good.
Yeah.
They had to get the crane out there to go get him off the field.
Yeah. So
he's probably out for. So yeah, that's even bigger with him out. Is just we'll call him the other guys. Parsons is going to do what Parsons does.
There's literally all the headlines are season-ending injury.
Nice.
Who else we got on the D line though? You got
Brooks. Van Ness is gonna be back. Gary.
A lot of features. Wyatt was our big guy though, so we gotta look out for that because I feel like he played a big part in stopping the run. Yeah,
so we need to see more of Carl Brooks and was it Cody Wooden? I think is his name. Cody.
Yeah.
My boy Cody.
Colby Wooden.
Oh, Kobe?
Yeah. Colby like the cheese. Colby Jack. Of course, because he's a Packer. Yeah, Colby Wooden. I've seen him do some great things too. So that's the only place I guess I'm a little worried because of Wyatt. But we've seen great things from those other guys. Like you said, we got some guys coming back too on the line.
Oh yeah. I
bro, did you not see him line up at nose tackle standing up during the Lions game? Come on, he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he plays a big part in that D line. I mean, we don't mention him because it's obvious, but come on.
But bro, how many times my dad was just showing me another highlight of Micah Parsons getting triple team. It was against the Vikings. They had two linemen and Aaron Jones trying to stop this dude. And bro, if they're double teaming, they are double teaming. But if they're double teaming and triple teaming them, somebody else has to do something. I'm still amazed that he's getting multiple sacks a game with what they're doing. But we're gonna need him to only be double teamed in the playoffs. So
you know what Michael Parsons looks like out there? He looks like me if I were to go play some middle schoolers right now.
Yeah,
just go out there.
Warner just
stand up. Probably Pop Warner. I don't know. I'd probably laid out by some middle schoolers, but Pop Warner,
what's our big
Pop Warner. Standing up, bro, being able to do whatever you want. I'm gonna start at safety, and then I'm gonna go and sack this guy, and then he might fumble, and his guy might recover, and then start running for 20 yards. But I'm gonna tackle him and knock out the ball and get that. There's just so many opportunities with the Michael Parsons.
So many. So who's all right? Go ahead. Who do you got? Who's gonna need to contribute to this game?
Who do we need to contribute?
Who is gonna?
Who I think is just gonna have a great contribution to the game.
Yeah. Yep. The second one.
All right. Well, I think it can go hand in hand. It's really the same thing.
All right.
But
Big old speech just for that. All right. It's the same thing. All right. Lay down.
I'll tell you who. Later in the year, this is a huge deal. With the coldness and the elements here, this and that and whatever. And we haven't heard too much from this man, but we know he's solid and he's getting more healthy off of injury he obtained. Josh Jacob, number 8. I think he's gonna have him a good day. I think this is gonna be a good running day for him out there at Chicago against Chicago at Lambeau. I see him getting upwards of 200 yards. I see him rushing in a couple. I'd say two for 2. He's gonna need it in 2-2-2s. He's gonna get 200 yards and 2 touchdowns.
I was thinking about. I was thinking about him. Because I do agree. I think that we're gonna have a good game on the ground. But I'm gonna go in a different direction. The eyes are all on this guy. It's Packers Bears. There's another guy that came before this guy that dominated the Bears. He owned them. Now, there's one way to stay the Packers quarterback. Beat the Bears. That's all you gotta do. Beat the Bears. Beat the Bears. So Jordan Love, I expect him to come out. I feel like there's, just I don't know who started this crap, but like there's some like Jordan Love's not playing great. I think he's definitely playing better. I don't think he's had his best moments this year yet, even though he had 4 touchdown passes last game. I think he's gonna have some better moments. And I'm not expecting, or we don't need him to like go off for 5 touchdowns, 400 yards, or anything like that. But I think he's gonna make some great plays. Again, I think the run game is gonna be huge in this game, but I think he's gonna make some of those only Jordan Love plays, and I think this. I think he's ready to shut up some of the people anyway. So give me Jay.
Yeah, some of the haters. I would love to see a graphic of Caleb Williams versus Jordan Love stats for the day. And if you look at the season, Jordan Love has better stats. Just look at it. Go fact check it if you want to overall for the season. But you're gonna see the graphic during the game, and it's gonna show Caleb Williams 100 yards, 0 TDs, 1 interception. So Jordan Love 190 yards, 2 touchdowns, and like some rushing yards. It's just gonna be good. He's gonna have him a day.
He's gonna have one of those rushes.
I hope he has
a Bears.
Yes. I hope he has one of those angry runs where he won the angry runs scepter from Good Morning Football. He needs to have one against the Bears, because then if someone gets a good picture of that, that's gonna be the next thing in my man cave. I'm gonna get that, frame it, and put it up here. So Jordan Love, run over a Bears DB or something, maybe even a linebacker. Who knows? But yeah, no, that's great. Jordan Love, I think that's great, and like kind of like how you said, it really helps with the rivalry and the lure of it. They're gonna be so sick watching Jordan Love go crazy against them after having watched Aaron Rodgers go crazy against them all these years. So I got to pick one more, right?
Yeah. That's where we're at.
All right, Josh Jacobs, you had Jordan Love.
Outside of Micah,
and the D line, everyone outside of Micah. Man, I think, man, there's so many people, but a lot of it does have to do with offense because I want to see the offense do a lot better. Like, I have faith in the defense. I know that stuff's going to happen when the opportunities arise. They're going to execute. So I got to see the offensive line, do their thing. I got to see them not give up any sacks. I think we've seen some great things out of them against the Lions. We were watching, and I feel like all the blocks were setting up how Jacobs wanted. That's why he had a decent game. And they didn't give up any sacks. We need to continue to do that because people overlook stuff like that. It's not flashy with offensive line, but I'm telling you, man, a big reason why we beat the Lions is because they had their top two linemen out, their left guard and their center. And, we took advantage of it. But when you lose up there, that could be game changing because if the quarterback's not able to throw the ball, then he's not going to make a completion of the football. And you have to take the football in your hand and throw it to the other man as he catches it.
Completion.
As a completion. But if you got a man in your face grabbing onto you,
ain't no throwing it.
Man, I don't think I can make a completion after that.
Nope.
So yeah, how about offensive line? No sacks. Let's get that running game going. Let's get aggressive down there.
Love it. All right. So then for the Bears, I'm gonna say who we need to stop. The reason I'm gonna say this is because I just want to I like when we, either end people's careers or tamper their hype. You know what I mean? Okay. So Caleb Williams, I want us to attack him. I want to see him I want to see the frustration in his face that a lot of quarterbacks have had playing against this defense, and just because I want come next Monday, I want Bears fans to be like, Caleb Williams is not the quarterback of the future, because if he has a bad game, they're gonna start saying it.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go with Caleb Williams. I think we need to stop him. Caleb Williams has a little. He has a little bit of like that Baker Mayfield, that Brett Favre in him.
Yeah.
A little bit, and but he also has some of that Brett Favre, Baker Mayfield. The bad side of them is a little more often.
Favist.
He's a Favist.
He is a negative. He's a negative Favist. Your quality keeps looking like butthole.
Does it?
Like poo every time you touch something. I don't know what you're touching over there.
Like that?
Why are you shaking so much? You look like
I had too much curds.
Why are you vibrating? Too many curds and sugar. Yeah. Well, I think we need to stop. And I think it's Ben Johnson. Look it. I'm gonna give him all the credit in the world for turning this Chicago Bear team into what they are right now. Other coach. So like you could just see the difference in him and is he calling plays over there too? I'm pretty sure he's calling. Why wouldn't you? You have Ben Johnson. Why wouldn't he be calling? So who I get an extra one because I thought of this. Our defensive coordinator, Halfley, has to, stop him, outsmart him, be a little bit ahead of him to do that. And man, would I love to see that, a Ben Johnson versus Hafley. Think about that. I mean, Hafley's been pretty hyped up, just everybody's seen what he did to our defense. And then you got Ben Johnson and what he's done to the Chicago Bears offense, who's been horrid. It's kind of like we're trading places here, but if we can nip that in the butt real quick, then we don't have anything to worry about. So yeah, I think we need to stop Ben Johnson. We need to outsmart him on defense.
The only difference is ours is a coordinator and theirs was their head coach. But anyways,
that's true. That's true. The only thing that Ben Johnson has to offer, other than being an offensive coordinator, is the fact that he takes his shirt off in the locker room in front of a bunch of dudes and talks about free hot dogs. So and tries to hype them up that way. So that's about the only extra thing he gets to do since he's head coach. He gets to call plays and stand in front of a bunch of men with no shirt and talk about free hot dogs, free glizzies for days. Have you seen that video?
I have not seen that video.
Yeah, so he's literally. Come here, little man. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. And you're gonna understand what I mean by this. You're gonna be like, hey, this is a man who likes the bull.
I know you guys are hungry for more, right?
Well, let me take my shirt off for you.
There's a lot of hungry people in Chicago. I've seen more fun when we get downtown.
Yeah, so he when he said there's a lot of hungry people in Chicago, he was referring to that hot dog place who gives out free hot dogs every time Chicago wins. I wouldn't know because I never drove all the way down to Chicago when they won a game to get a free hot dog. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't know. But yeah, that's what he's talking about. And then
is it Portillo's?
Then after he's talking about glizzies, he takes his shirt off and in front of everybody. And I could have swore I seen a picture similar to what that image was reflecting before. And let's just say that it's not anything that Caleb Williams wouldn't be opposed to.
I got you. But I think you are onto something. I think that is the matchup of the game. After we talked about all this stuff, is Ben Johnson and Hafley. I think that's going to be a determining factor. Ben Johnson is obviously a really good offensive mind. So yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Well,
what about him enjoying beating Matt LaFleur twice last year? You hear about that?
Yeah. He enjoys that.
He enjoyed that.
That was because he was an offensive coordinator, though.
He was an offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I kind of enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year. And to be quite frank with you.
But that has something else to do other than the game. Did you see that look in his eye? You see how he bit it there? I don't know what's going on in Chicago, but hey, man, I don't judge. I'm not one to judge anybody's lifestyles or things like that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a Chicago thing. Mm-hmm. Anyways, but yeah, I think that's gonna be a great matchup though. Also, so I think it's
Also, so
is it that time? Is it score time?
I think it's time. I think it's time.
I'll go first, and then I'll let you close it.
All right, give it a go.
Stop you from talking once in a while. So
All right, but you won't succeed.
I'm gonna start with the score. So I believe we're gonna drop another 31. Is what I'm thinking. I like that. I like that number. 31 is the new 27. And we are gonna hold that offense to 13 points.
Oh,
31-13.
31-13. Like 31, but the other way, and 13, but the right way, with the 3 before the 1, and then the other one with the 1 before the 3.
Mix it up.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
31-13. Lock it in. I like it. For me, I really like Cone. No, I just reminded myself of that video. What I think it's going to be. What? I haven't said nothing yet.
You go say something. All right, do something. Stop getting the screen back on me.
Stop having a messed up screen. Your screen keeps shaking you and like getting all jibbly jabbly all over you. It just looks.
I keep kicking the table.
Stop kicking the table. All right, my score prediction is I got the Packers scoring a little more and the Bears scoring a little more. I can just see it in my vision though. I think we are going to dominate the game. It's going to be a glorious, glorious day. It's going to be fun. It's going to be one of those where you are kind of worried up until the end a little bit, because you've seen crazy things happen. But at the end of the day, we're going to feel pretty comfortable because we're going to win it 35-17. Take that to the bank.
35-17.
However that thing goes.
Yeah, do whatever that thing does.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, man. I think, like I said, 35. I had Josh Jacobs scoring a couple touchdowns. I had Jordan Love throwing a couple touchdowns. You're going to need to score at least 35 if that's going to happen. So take it to the bank. 35-17.
To the bank. Man, one thing I want to hear some of the Bears fans. I want to see what they're thinking. Hit us in the comments. I want to see, we had, last week we had I think we had 3 or 4 Lions fans get in the comments. Let's see if the Bears fans can get in there and, what do you guys think of your team? I'm sorry we clowned your team most of this episode. Not really. Not at all. I'm not sorry. But let us know. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, let us know. And if you want a higher ranking we can redo top fans or worst fans in the NFC North. So if you want to get a higher ranking than Lions fans, then what you can do is no matter what happens at the end of the game, even if you lose, you could come back and at least back up your team somehow with some type of knowledgeable response or educated thing to say. Lions fans, they talk with their emotions. They get all hyped up before anything even happens, and they just disappear. So there's your chance to move up one.
The rankings. Yeah.
There you go.
Moving on up.
Whoop, 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 whoop. I have reached out to a couple Bears fans, have not heard back on if they want to talk about being a Bears fan as of right now. They probably will after the game for some reason. I don't know. If not realistically, but if they were to end up winning for whatever reason.
I'm like, oh yeah, let me get on.
Let's do it. I've been ready. I'm waiting for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to talk to a Bears fan and see what, because like I said, I try to put myself in their shoes. I want to see like what goes through your head to become a Bears fan. Like that's what I want to know. So yeah.
Why are you a Bears fan? Who did this to you? What was your childhood like? Are you okay?
Hmm.
Do you need to go to therapy? Do you know what therapy is? If you break it into two words, it's the rapey. And don't even get me started on what therapist is, but that's for a different show.
All right. Boom.
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 So, hey, real quick, what was your score?
31-13.
31-13. Myself, I'm going 35-17. Very excited for this game.
Oh yeah.
Any final thoughts on this here?
My final thoughts are I'm excited for this game. You've heard me say this plenty of times. It is better when the Bears are good. They're not often good in recent memory, but football is better for a Packers fan when you can have these games where you're not beating them like 52 points at halftime or whatever. You know what I mean? Was it 40? It was 42, wasn't it? But whatever. It's nice when they might have a chance. So I'm excited. I'm really excited for the game. Go Pack.
Yeah, me too. And you just think of so many iconic Packers Bears matchups. My personal favorite is Perk Rogers. We were losing. Do you remember what the score was when we were losing? It was like 23-0. And Rogers just got injured. He goes into the locker room, comes out later on Joe Rowe, says he was off Perky, took some medication. And we came back and it was so crazy. They were in halftime thinking that they got it in the bag, bro. And comes back and just puts on an absolute clinic. And Bears fans are salty as ever. And Aaron Rodgers is embedded in their brains as the worst man they've ever seen in their life because he's just mean.
Just think about this. The Bears weren't good. They still weren't good, right? And like how that game that's definitely top 5 all-time matchup game, in my opinion. That it might be higher than that. I mean, you have the championship game, and talking about stuff in our recent history, but that game is solidified as one of the top games. And it wasn't even like a good matchup or anything. The Packers were a lot better team, whatever, but we were getting smashed. Aaron Rodgers tears a ligament in his knee or whatever he did there, goes in there, pops a couple, comes out. He's wilding on the post-game interview.
Who's my name?
Oh, that was awesome. Yeah. Love it. You got that?
Yeah, I do. Also, there's times, there's that one just complete blowout and we just completely blew them out.
It was 42-0, right?
At like half, bro.
Yeah.
At half. It was
Rodgers didn't play the second half. And he had 6 touchdowns, right?
Yeah, that's insane, bro. That's insane to think about blowing them out like that. I mean, that's just, peak Packers FU to the Bears, and it lasted for a decade at least.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
We got to talk about the Packers versus Bears in the championship game. When the Packers went to the Super Bowl too. You can't forget about that one. Beating Smoking Jay Cutler when he was hot. And physically, no, like football wise, is what I meant by that. And so, back then, and I just have a vision of BJ Raji catching a intercept, pick 6, embedded in my brain, just seeing him and his stomach hanging out, but a football in front of him, scoring a touchdown. That's a great Packer Bear moment that I'm never gonna forget. I remember watching that one and was just like, golly, what a guy.
Golly.
There's also times when, oh man, I forget which game it was, but we needed something. We needed a touchdown. There was an Aaron Rodgers to Randall Cobb, big shot, and
I think
Cobb catches it and ruins their games too.
I think we're gonna have to. Are we gonna have to do that video this week? Top 5 Packer Bears games.
We already did it. Cut it out. Make it a video.
I think we could do a whole video on it.
Yeah, we probably could. Yeah, because then you're gonna have time to prepare.
Yeah, because there's a lot of games in that history.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we should do that. Let's definitely do it. Top 5 Packer Bear game.
Boom.
Well, that is the recap of the Packers.
This is not the recap; it's the preview. But we're basically
to the Packers Bears. Yeah, we're just giving you a look into the future. Hey, that's Packers Bears. Very excited for this game. You should be too. As always, go Pack go. I don't got the game ball, but I got the blame beer. That's you know who that's blaming? That's blaming the Packers for making me extremely happy by like 6 p.m. on Sunday because they just beat the Bears 35-17.
Boom. All right.
Bye. Have a wonderful time.